It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, weekday mornings at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ, a show with a positive message each morning as I talk with different business owners, entrepreneurs, political and community leaders about what they are doing in the community. So I invite you to tune in each and every weekday morning, take a break from some of the political news and sports talk that dominates the airwaves a little bit too much about what is going on in the community, and learn about your fellow business owners and entrepreneurs. And I tell you what, there's some great information that comes out on this show, and just very excited to be able to do this each morning. And I pick up stuff each and every morning on this show. As always, check out my website, tampabayradio.com. Over there, you can catch all the past shows on demand. Also, you can review all of the guests that have been on the show. On the homepage, there is a tab that says Guest Network. Click on that, and you'll see all the guests that have been here on the show. And if you click on their show cards, it'll take you over to the YouTube videos. We do have all the shows streamed here live in studio, and you can watch their interviews and also a little bit about them. And also, we put up a show recap after each show. So on the homepage there, you'll see a button that says recaps. Click on that, and you can see my blog. And you can actually use it now to search for whatever it is that you need in the community. I've pretty much talked with people in all different areas and professions and organizations. If you just put what it is that you're looking for into the search box of my blog, you can see who they are, and also a description of what we talked about on the show, and see if they're a fit for what you need. And as always, you can always email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, or contact me through my contact form if you need any recommendations for any business owners around the area. Also, please connect with me on the different social networking sites, facebook.com/thatbusinessshow for all the show updates, and also Twitter under the handle Jamie_Maloney. Great show planned for you today. On the second part of the show, we'll be talking with Ivan Anzulovich, who is an entrepreneur, and he's going to be talking about his latest development, myfamily.house, which is a website that's geared towards helping overseas families find homes in the States. So it'll be a great conversation. He's also a lifelong entrepreneur, starting at the age of 14, and developed a lot of different brands, and a very fun character here. We've been chatting in studio here this morning. He's got a lot of great stories to share with us about his entrepreneurial path. But up first, Ros Miller is the co-founder and president of Jillian's Dream. Jillian's Dream was created in memory of Jillian Miller, who lost her valiant battle against stage 4 lung cancer at the young age of 29. Ros, welcome to the show this morning.
Hi, good morning, Jamie. Thank you.
So first of all, share the story with us of your daughter, Jillian.
Jillian was one of 3 children. She was our youngest. And at age 28, after a minor cold, she felt a swollen lymph node. For her, it was easy. She was a nurse at Jackson Memorial Neurointensive Care Unit. And she went to a few of her friends, and they said, you should get it checked. So that led her to her primary care doctor, which then led her to an ENT specialist. And he did an ultrasound of her thyroid and found some masses. His initial reaction was that this was thyroid cancer. It was easily treated, curable, and fixed. But to be on the safe side, he decided to do a fine needle biopsy of the lymph node that was swollen, and that came back with cancer cells of unknown origin. So for the next 6 to 8 weeks, she underwent a whole slew of tests, from removal of the node to pathology to a PET scan. And when the PET scan came back the middle to end of June of 2012, it showed that she had tumor lesions throughout her body. So we brought her up here to Moffitt for a second opinion, thinking that it was just a rare form of thyroid cancer. And at that point, at the end of June, they had told us that it was not thyroid, it was lung cancer, and it was at stage 4.
Stage 4, and she wasn't even a smoker, right?
No.
So to dispel some of these myths, because we were talking before the show, you associate lung cancer so much with smokers, but I mean, how did she obtain or get this disease, do they think?
The sad truth is that anyone can get lung cancer. So it doesn't discriminate based on age, race, gender, whether or not you smoked or you didn't smoke. Another myth is that smoking leads to most cancers, not just lung cancer. So the idea that it's the elephant in the room, people don't want to talk about it, and it's still the only cancer that people will willingly and knowingly point a finger at and say, you did this to yourself, and therefore you don't get, my sympathy and
is that
my
why
empathy.
you think that some of the research and the funding is so low with lung cancer?
Absolutely.
Because it's associated as a smoker's
Absolutely.
disease. So let's focus on the other
Yeah.
cancers out there.
It's a stigma, and the stigma started way back in the 1940s, and it still is live today. And that's one of the first questions when I talk about Jillian that I get is she a smoker or was she a smoker? And no, she wasn't. She's part of that unseen, underrepresented population of people under 45 that are diagnosed yearly with lung cancer. And by the time it's diagnosed, they're at a late stage, and the treatment options and survival rate is very low.
Yeah, I see this fact sheet that you gave me. 1 in 5 women diagnosed with lung cancer has never smoked, and lung cancer surpassed breast cancer as the #1 cancer killer of women in 1987. Yeah. And so, I mean, you think of lung cancer and you think of smoking, that it goes hand in hand. But with your daughter, she had never smoked, right? And
Correct.
wasn't around smokers,
Nope.
no secondhand smoke. So it's really a mystery where this is coming from. Now, after her passing at age 29, correct?
Correct.
You started Jillian's Dream.
Right.
Okay, talk to me about the mission of this organization.
The mission of Jillian's Dream is to raise awareness and advocate for the lung cancer community. We are a very strange community. Some of us are forged because, we are parents who lost a child, which is unnatural. We are young, our children are young, and they're getting this terrible disease. And there's no funding. It's the only cancer out there that is currently waiting for a early screening test that can allow people and doctors and oncologists to detect the cancer early enough, in which case the treatment options might be better. But we're still dealing with it at the high-risk population, which is those people 55 and older who smoked 30-plus years, a pack a day. So it doesn't even attempt to get to my child and why they are getting this terrible disease.
Yeah, and I was reading a bio there. You had partnered, or you had championed a cause on Capitol Hill there to get lawmakers to, pass a bill to explain this to me a little bit more.
So I participated with the Lung Cancer Alliance, which is a well-known lung cancer organization, and their mission is to raise the awareness on Capitol Hill and promote legislation and equality in funding. We went there to lobby our representatives and senators to sign on to a letter which was crafted by the Lung Cancer Alliance, strictly asking that Secretary Burwell, the Director of Health and Human Services, implement the early screening test for the at-risk population, which is already part of the Obamacare law. It's just not been implemented across the border. So what we're dealing with is veterans who get a lung cancer at a 25% greater risk rate than the general population. The VAs have the equipment and the capability of administering this test to our veterans, but there's no policy and protocol to do that. So the letter we urged our representatives and senators to sign was to get her to finally implement this program. We feel that once we can get the early CT scans, we can then early diagnose, we can take tissue sample, and we can start to research why this is occurring. And then once we have that early test, we can then translate it into the younger population.
How was the response met on Capitol Hill?
A lot of it was very favorable, but my first lobbying time, you have to understand, it takes a lot of time to get
learn you got to learn the culture up there.
You'd have to. Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have agendas, and they all have meetings and things that they need to do. They just need to hear that for Florida, 17 people die every day of lung cancer. Over 443 people die every day nationwide. And we can cut that number in half if we can get this early CT scan.
Now, you have an annual event that comes up in December, correct?
Correct.
Talk to the community about this event.
Prior to Jillian's passing, we had spoken about doing something. She knew I wasn't going to just sit around and grieve the loss of her not being part of our lives anymore. So she gave me a directive. She said, go big or go home. She said, Mom, think outside the box. So in the weeks and a few months after she passed, I started doing a Google search of things that were outside the box, things that were big as a fundraiser. I believe that people are good at heart and want to help make a difference, but they want something in return. So I needed an activity or an event that would be so different from all the things that she and I had participated in together that would really help us raise awareness. And I found a company called Over the Edge USA, and they provide a signature event of rappelling down a vetted building in the Tampa Bay area. And for the second year, we're using Parmenter Realty Island Center out at Rocky Point. So people who register as an individual team or a corporate organizational representative will have the opportunity to raise a minimum of funds and rappel down 150 feet overlooking Tampa Bay.
Do you need any special training?
No special training. Costumes are encouraged.
So you can rappel down the building. I would think that would take some special training. I need to do that the first time.
They do provide training, so you're in a full harness, helmet, gloves, and they do give you as much training as you need to make you comfortable in the apparatus before you actually step on the ledge and go over the edge. Mm-hmm. And they help you rappel, and it's not as fast as you think. It's not where you hit your feet against the building and push yourself off. You do it very slowly in a controlled atmosphere.
Now, what's the goal for fundraising for this event? What are you trying to raise for the event?
We're trying to raise $200,000 this year.
Okay, and you're still obviously it's a few months out, so you're looking for sponsors and volunteers, correct?
Volunteers, donors, and sponsors, and what we call edgers.
Okay, what's an edger?
An edger is someone who will step on the ledge and go over the edge.
Okay, ledger, not edger. Okay, I thought he's an edger. I was like, what are we talking about, landscaping here all of a sudden? So, all right, and how can people get involved? The website, sign-up forms, how can they get involved?
They can go to our website, which is www.jilliansdream.org, and it's listed on our homepage under events. It's also listed in a menu tab under events, and they can go there and register. Registration is open, and once they go to our registration page, all they need to do is fill out the form, provide us with as much information so we can make their experience truly unforgettable. And then they just need to set up their personal homepage, which will provide them with a link that they can share on their social media, and they reach out to their family, friends, their network, co-workers. They can hold small fundraisers to help them reach their minimum goal.
Okay. Got to take a quick break, but currently talking with Ros Miller. She is the president of Jillian's Dream, and learn more and get involved with her organization at jilliansdream.org. You're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Have you considered a reverse mortgage as part of your retirement financial plan? For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. help promote the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy. Tune in weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 Wins WHNZ to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where he promotes what is right with our community and highlights the successes of our entrepreneurs. Show contributor openings also available. You can learn more about the show and how to become part of this growing network at tampabayradio.com. Tune in weekdays at 8 a.m. to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Police on scene of a crash on Williams Road between Hillsborough and MLK. Also still some slow traffic on 275 and I-4 as you head into downtown Tampa. Bears Avenue is still closed, westbound direction at Skipper Road. You'll have to divert over and use Skipper to Nebraska to get around that area. Also, southbound Veterans Expressway looking a whole lot better, but still slow from Limeball to Waters. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Foundation for a Better Life.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Today, midday showers with a 30% chance of afternoon storms, high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 79. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 90.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, and thanks for staying tuned in. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, you'll find the show on here weekday mornings at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ. And as always, learn more about the show over at tampabayradio.com. I'm currently talking with Ros Miller. She is the president of Jillian's Dream, a nonprofit organization founded in memory of her daughter who passed away to lung cancer a couple of years ago. And you can learn more about her and her organization at jilliansdream.org. So, Ross, let's talk a little bit more about the specifics of lung cancer, the survival rates of this. It's a very, I think, off the top of my head, isn't a very deadly disease when you get
this? It
is.
What people need to understand is that lung cancer is still the most misunderstood, least funded, and deadliest of cancers. This year, it's anticipated that over 225,000 people will be diagnosed with lung cancer and over 150,000 lives will be lost. And that's lives between 18 and 80 or even longer because of this deadly cancer. And we just don't get the funding. So for every mortality rate for breast cancer, for instance, they get $26,000. Lung cancer gets $1. And part of what we went to Capitol Hill to lobby for was to get the legislators to sign on to the 21st Century Cures Bill, which is to help make lung cancer funding more equitable. So it's based more on mortality rates than it is based on who yells the loudest and who has the prettiest of ribbons.
Wow. And the symptoms of it, I mean, you're explaining to me in the opening segment how Jillian was diagnosed. It was from a swollen lymph node, right?
Correct.
I would always associate lung cancer with, coughing, blood in the, thing like that. What are the different symptoms that come about as a result of lung cancer?
Lung cancer usually doesn't display symptoms until it's too late. So by the time Jillian showed anything, it was already stage 4 and had metastasized throughout her body. It's not necessarily a cough or a stuffy nose. A lot of times it's also misdiagnosed. I have a friend whose son, also the same age as Jillian, was told he had bronchitis, and then after 6 weeks he was told it was pneumonia, and he lost 3 months of treatment before he was appropriately diagnosed as stage 4 lung cancer.
And the only way to find this in its early stages are through the scans that you were talking
Correct.
about, and that was what you were on Capitol Hill to lobby for, correct?
Correct. We need to do something more for the general public, not just the at-risk. It's been shown through medical science that with early screening, for instance, there are tests for breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer that people can do at almost any age if they request it. And we know what the survival rates are that. For instance, with breast cancer now, with mammograms, the survival rate is well over 80%. Breast cancer is doing a great job in getting the education out there. Lung cancer, we're still struggling.
At what age are you recommending that the early screening be done?
I would say that if there is any kind of history of smoking in your family, it needs to be done before you're 30. I think that if there's secondhand smoke, absolutely, you need to get it done early. And it needs to be part of an annual type of exam. Just like we recommend pap smears and mammograms for women, we need to do that across the board for both sexes for lung cancer.
Talk to me about the impact it's had on young people. You're saying that the statistics are surprisingly higher than what people would think in young people.
They are. If you can just picture the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center, there are 45,000 lights on that tree. That's one person under 45 diagnosed with lung cancer yearly. That's a disgusting rate, and we need to do something about that. We need to change that. We need to get rid of the stigma and change people's perception of how we deal with lung cancer patients. Jillian went through Moffitt, and Moffitt is a fantastic place. It was her hospital. She never wanted to go far from Moffitt because of the care she got and the
She was a nurse there. She was a nurse somewhere else, correct?
She was a nurse in Miami.
Miami,
Jackson
okay.
Memorial.
Then she came to Moffitt for treatment?
And she came to Moffitt for treatment because what they do very well. And they get a lot of respect from my family for how well they do it. But the fact is that there's a 17% survival rate of people who survive longer than 5 years with lung cancer. At stage 4, you're looking between 6 and 8 months survival rate. Mm-hmm. We were fortunate. We got 2 extra months with Jillian, but that's terrible. I'm a mom. I should have been able to fix this and make it better, but I can't. Mm-hmm. And lung cancer is still considered the elephant in the room. We're not pretty. We're not pink. And we have a white ribbon that people just don't pay attention to. Mm-hmm.
Does the disease impact men or women more so, or does it discriminate based on sex?
My research has shown that since 1987, more women under 60 have been diagnosed with lung cancer than breast cancer. And that's something that people don't know, that it's deadlier than breast cancer. But it doesn't really discriminate men versus women. Anyone can get it.
Wow, it's incredible. I didn't know that. So again, learning something every day on my show. Let's circle back around. We're talking about that in the last segment about your annual event that comes up in December.
Yes.
Let's talk about last year's event. How did that come off?
Last year's event was really super. We ended up with raising over $136,000 in our first year out the door. We also were nominated and awarded the Lightning Community Hero Foundation Award. So we were very pleased with that. We had over 60 people repel last year, including the Thunderbug. We had Batman and Superman. Wow. We had a lot of TV and media personalities from WTSP to the Tampa Bay Times that will be coming back this year as well.
Did you ever have anybody get up on the building and just say, all right, listen, I'm not going to do this, as far as the rappelling? No? Everybody
I didn't.
Did it?
I was real surprised. I really was anticipating at least one person saying that they just couldn't do it, but everybody did. In fact, one of my new friends, and she signed up at the last minute and decided to do this. She was scared to death of heights, and she got up on the edge, and she went over to the song "I Will Survive."
Oh, wow. And how many stories is the building?
The building is 13 stories, but it's a 150-foot drop.
150. And how long does it take to rappel? I guess different people.
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Is there anybody freeze halfway down? I can't do this.
No, nobody froze. Everybody just went down nice and slow, and there's a lot of support both from the roof all the way down to the ground.
Wow, incredible. And this year you're looking to raise, what was it, $200,000?
$200,000.
And you're looking for sponsors and ledgers, not edgers. You can get information on this at jilliansdream.org. Ross, got to wrap it up, but thank you for a great interview.
Thank you, Jamie, for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And learn more again at jilliansdream.org, and you can contact her, ross.miller@jilliansdream.org. We'll be back in a moment. You're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products: hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
With Kelly Wilson every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Police on scene of a crash on Williams Road between Hillsborough and MLK. Also still some slow traffic on 275 and I-4 as you head into downtown Tampa. Bears Avenue still closed westbound direction at Skipper Road. You'll have to divert over and use Skipper to Nebraska to get around that area. Also, southbound Veterans Expressway looking a whole lot better, but still slow from Limeball to Waters. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Think It Up.
Hi, I'm Nick Jonas, and I'm here to tell you about Think It Up, a new initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join us at thinkitup.org.
1250 Winds Weather Center forecasts, partly sunny skies, scattered afternoon showers. Similar to yesterday, temperatures getting into the lower 90s, and tonight's lows in the upper 70s. Impact Radio 1250 Winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, you'll find this show on here weekday mornings at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, and also learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Also, all shows available on demand all over the web, including TampaBayRadio.com. Just click on the show info tab on the homepage there. Also, we do stream all shows live here in studio on the homepage. Just click on the Watch Live Stream button, and you can see the video. And if you miss any of the videos, you can find them on my YouTube channel as well under the channel name Jamie Maloney. Also on TampaBayRadio.com, you'll notice I sell real estate, and I always offer a free home valuation to my listeners. Just click on the Sell Your Home link on the homepage, and we'll send you over a free home valuation. Typically get those out within 24 to 48 business hours, and we need some inventory here in the Tampa Bay market. So if you're considering selling your home, now is a good time. A lot of properties getting multiple offers, and we can probably get you more for your money than what you think your home may actually be worth. So again, TampaBayRadio.com. It's time to bring on my next guest for the show. Ivan Anzulovich is an entrepreneur that has developed many brands, including his first at the age of 14. Since then, he has developed several other brands across multiple industries, and today is the founder of myfamily.house, a real estate service that helps people abroad find homes in the United States. Ivan, welcome to the show today.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Very loud and excited this morning. I had a feeling I was going to blast my headphones there, so I'm going to turn those down just a bit. Ivan, you're multiple brands. I was looking at your bio, and age 14, you start your first brand and a company. What did you do at age 14?
Yes, I've been born in this life like an entrepreneur already since my little age, you know. And I find out that my mission in life is to design organizations that will improve the humanity, you know, so in some ways. And so basically at age of 14, I just been raised in a family that was dedicated and is dedicated to the car business. So
car business, okay. Or your family was in the car business, okay?
Yes, in Argentina. So we had in that time a small business with 7 people in Argentina. And from that point, my father was bringing me to work with him since my age of 6, you know. So at the age of 14, I just started to build my first business that was like a 4x4 off-road operation.
Okay, so 4x4 vehicles like Jeeps, things like that. Okay, what did you do with them specifically?
Basically, I was inviting people to different areas.
Okay, so it was an adventure business.
Yes.
Okay, but you obviously probably couldn't drive at age 14, or is it different down in Argentina, Jeff?
Yes,
who was driving these cars?
Yes, actually, in that time, I was having a team. I was managing the team, and I had people helping me that was able to drive.
Okay, so you weren't driving, right?
No,
yeah,
correct.
sure. Okay, yeah, okay. It's a little different rules down in Argentina, but go ahead.
Correct. So after that, I just moved. I had my first radio show at the age of 16, and I was doing this over weekends. And after that, I went to another business that was to put great events and promotion and advertisement in different big screens for big brands. So at my age of 14, 15, I was in the front of a manager of the bank, as you can imagine, like a Bank of America in Argentina, and I was 15 years old, and I was with this guy asking him for advertisement, you know? And he was giving me this advertisement. So after that, I was handling like my study. I studied business administration in Argentina, and on that point, I just decided to start like a biggest operation in network marketing, and I built a team of 500 people in a network marketing company internationally. And so at my age of 21, I was one of the youngest people handling $1 million in sales of this network marketing company worldwide.
Wow, that's incredible. And just all of that at the age of 21. And most people don't even know what they want to go to school for just yet. And you already figured out 2 or 3 different brands, hosted a radio show. I mean, that's incredible. Your radio show, you did a lot of entertainment stuff, right, each weekend?
Yes, each weekend was called Te Llevo y Te Traigo. That means I will take you from one place to another one, and again to this place to another one, because the radio show was Saturdays morning and Sunday evening. So when the people in my country go to this area when they will relax, you know, Saturday morning they go. So you are with me when you go, and you are with me when you come back in my radio show, something like that.
Very, very cool. Now, you're joined in studio by David Sanders, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and he's involved with your latest entrepreneurial trip, myfamily.house. Talk to me a little bit about David and how you got involved with him.
Yes, I created an organization when I just, 2 years ago, I created an organization that is called Organization I, and you can see it on organizationi.com. And in Organization I, what is my business, like a holdings
company.
Yes,
okay,
correct. That basically has 5 different values. So number 1 is innovation, that to do like make things going new, okay, and like find out how to improve things. So number 2 is improvement, and number 3 is integrity. You know, like to do things that you are really thinking and not differently, and to say with courage what actually you observe, that is integrity. And integration, that I love to integrate teams, and improvement, you know. So we say innovation, improvement, integration, integrity, and the last one,
impulse.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say you double back on one of those there. So, but yeah, that's right. So impulse was that last one there. So how is David involved in your business? Let's get David on the microphone here.
Yes.
How did you said you actually found him on LinkedIn. So there's some value in the social media sites. You found him on LinkedIn. Tell us that story real quick.
Correct. So that was very funny, because I was looking for someone that will have a lot of experience in the United States to run all my holding company, and to be able to comply with the basic purpose of each organization, that are actually 5 organizations. So basically, David, I was going to LinkedIn, and I just click on his profile, and I say, wow, this guy is just amazing. You know, 40 years of consulting businesses, different industries, 300 different industries in United States. And I found out that he has overseas experiences, and he was in connection with some of my friends. So I just said, oh, he's in connection with this person and this person. And I click on him, and I just send an email, and he answered a few days, weeks later, and we meet each other, and we have a lot of purposes in life, like are very aligned. So we decided to start, and he became the executive director for Organization I. And so we start working together, and this this amazing person.
David, what do you think of this guy? How's he? Quite a story there, isn't it?
He's a wild man. It's a real pleasure.
Very inspirational. I love to hear about young entrepreneurs. And right now, you're what, 31, right? You're still very young, so you probably got another 20 companies to pull out of your hat still, right?
Yes.
So you run his holdings company then, am I correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Let's talk about your latest venture, though, the myfamily.house. How did this, first of all, what is this?
Okay, myfamily.house is a company that wants to help families all over the United States, starting by U.S., to they be able to live in their own home, paying less than a rent.
Okay.
That is the basic purpose.
Okay, so is this bringing people abroad into the United States to find homes? So your market is overseas, am I correct? Am I understanding it right?
I have market overseas for investors that wants to support families that will live in U.S., okay? But the problem that I find were like a two. Number one is that a lot of percentage in United States of the population has not instant access to bank loans.
Does not have easy access to bank loans, okay?
Correct. So that's the number one problem that I find. After the 2008 and 2009 crisis, when all this market crash in real estate, basically the population, like most of the big percentage in the United States, you know that they go to the instant loan and there's not possibility to have this credit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I create this mission to help families live in their own home. And the other problem that I found is there is a lot of people worldwide that is wanting to invest in real estate in the United States, but they have not the knowledge or the resources or contacts, and so the problem that they have when they invest in real estate in their own countries, I'm more speaking on Latin America, is the rate, they gain cash flow yearly is very small, like 2-3%, and in their currencies. Mm-hmm. All these people love the US dollars and they want to build their net worth in US dollars. So I just say, okay, how I can help families and at the same time help investors because they are helping me help families.
So you're trying to source the homes yourself here in the United States, across the country, and then you're working with overseas investors and
Correct.
also homeowners to come to the country. When did you found the organization?
When we found it?
Yeah, when did you start the organization?
Last year.
October last year?
Almost 1 year, yes.
And what was the inspiration for that, exactly? And are you still involved with to what degree are you involved with your other organizations still? Is this taken front and center now?
Yes, I will let you know. I started real estate to be involved in real estate in 2007 in Argentina. Mm-hmm. So I built my first private neighborhood development with 50 families build their own home and live there. So I started to learn in 2007 in regard to real estate.
Okay, explain that a little bit more. You started this private neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay, where was in Argentina?
In Argentina.
Okay, and so you worked for a developer, and then you brought in people, and then you sold out this development.
Correct, different land plots.
Okay.
Okay, so they are able to live in a better place with security, with different utilities. They can share these games for children, things like that. And so in that area, I just learned how to do real estate business.
Okay, so that's where your love of real estate started there. So you come from an entertainment background initially. You're racing 4x4s or Jeeps off-road and then doing a radio show and in real estate now. So,
yes.
So what's the future hold for you? I mean, you're transferring industries, going different places. What's the long-term outlook for your entrepreneurial path?
Okay, so the long term is just very beautiful. Because I am seeing my family house helping 100 families initially, okay, and I am seeing also another of my organizations that is called Truth Entertainments to have a bestseller book that will be converted in a movie, okay, that is another of my organizations, and I am seeing the Raices Ants, that is an organization in Argentina, having the ability to help people in Argentina to capitalize in real estate and make money in real estate.
How does real estate differ in Argentina versus the way it's practiced in the United States? Is there brokers that find homes and make commissions? Is there any glaring differences between the two practices or the two different markets?
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
It's actually different. There is a huge difference because in Argentina, we have here, for example, you have the realtors, right? Mm-hmm. That you can do like a 1 week or 10 days training and you are a realtor. And
it doesn't take much over here, yeah.
Correct. So in Argentina, you need actually like a minimum of 2 years of study to have your realtor license. Mm-hmm. So there is less realtors than here. And the market in Argentina is going like is like in a point now that the prices went up, and it's like stuck in a point. But in Argentina, the prices of real estate never went down in history. So, but it's like this bubble, you know, the same that happened until 2008, 2009. So, but in United States, the market for investors, what I see in United States, the people is more knowledgeable in what they are doing in real estate. You see what I mean?
Right. Now, you are currently purchasing homes in and around the country right now, building up your portfolio of assets to then sell overseas through your website, myfamily.house, where people can find information on you. Again, myfamily.house. How's it been? Because, I mean, like in Tampa Bay, for instance, it's very undersupplied, very difficult to sell to investors, at least from my perspective, dealing with the bank properties. How has been the acquisition phase of your business, picking up homes?
Oh, yeah, good. So basically we start in October. I start learning how this business will work here. And you asked me a very good question, like what motivates you to go this, you know? I just have a friend that he told me, Ivan, we have a small group of people that we are helping like families, you know? And he gave me some data of that. And this is small people and you can join us. And I just come out with this, I love this mission, you know? So we have already 203 families like in our group, you know, and I say, okay, I will start this and broadly to Latin America, you know, to expand this to Latin America. And so I start to learn more and more and more. And this is like something that is going very powerful and more.
So you've got 200 families in the organization ready for homes, but how is the supply of homes that you have available? Are you still probably building up that inventory to meet the demand, correct?
Correct. That's true.
Okay, so you're a buyer out there on the in the marketplace, so investors as well as sellers can reach out to you to consider you as a purchaser of homes then, correct?
Correct.
Do you work outside of Tampa Bay?
Yes, we work all over United States.
Okay.
So
where are the other markets that you're concentrating on, or is it pretty much just everywhere?
No, it's everywhere, but we look like the area that will be an area middle class area, you know, and so to help the people that is like a focus on the market that the people will be wanting to live and the investor will want to invest.
Hold that point. I got to take a quick break, but we're currently talking with Ivan Anzulovich. He is the founder of myfamily.house, and you can learn more about him at www.myfamily.house.com. You're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Have you considered a reverse mortgage as part of your retirement financial plan? For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours. Cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage. Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. Help promote the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy. Tune in weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WINS WHNZ to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where he promotes what is right with our community and highlights the successes of our entrepreneurs. Show contributor openings also available. You can learn more about the show and how to become part of this growing network at TampaBayRadio.com. Tune in weekdays at 8 a.m. to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Southbound Veterans Expressway is still a bit slow between Linebaugh and Waters. Also southbound 275 through downtown Tampa from I-4 out to around Howard and Armenia. Crash in the Wesley Chapel area along State Road 56 near I-75. And farther north near Brooksville, southbound I-75 near US 98/State Road 50. There was a crash there in the left-hand lane. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the American Association for Cancer Research. The American Association for Cancer Research is the world's first and largest organization dedicated to finding cures through research. Please support cancer research by donating today at www.aacrfoundation.org.
Today, midday showers with a 30% chance of afternoon storms, high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 79. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 90.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 WINS WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, weekday mornings at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ. And learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Currently talk with Ivan Anzulovich. He is the founder of myfamily.house, a website that aids overseas investors and families finding homes in the States. And you can learn more about them over at myfamily.house. I want to come back over to David Sanders, who is in charge of his holdings company, because Ivan has multiple companies and you're overseeing these different companies. But you have a special report coming out or in ways that investors get involved in his company. Talk to the audience about this.
Yes, it's one of the things that we would like to do is not only support families that want to have their own home in the U.S., but also we want to help investors because obviously the stock market is in fairly high range. There are a lot of people that would like to be able to take their winnings and then move on before there might be a little problem there or a drop. And so we're providing some investment opportunities that we will have a special report coming out on later this week. If an investor is interested,
where is the report going to be available at?
It'll be available through the website.
Okay, the myfamily.house website?
Correct.
Okay, and is the investing strictly with regard to the My Family business? Because I know this guy has several, so.
That's the main thing that we're communicating about at this point, but we're certainly happy to have people that are interested in investing in other of our activities, and if you have an interest.
Okay, so investors, and I always talk to the community. I have a number of people that come through my show as guests, always looking for funding and stuff. So this is a great show also for any investors that may be listening to the show. Go back through some of my old shows, and there's a lot of great entrepreneurs and great products that are on the market in this area, a very entrepreneurial community. And so if you're an angel investor out there looking for funding opportunities, there's some great people that are in the community looking for funding. And we got another one right here, a special report coming out. When is it, later this week?
Should be Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, so on myfamily.house, if people that want to get involved in that, myfamily.house. Ivan, you also own a Toyota dealership, correct?
Yes, correct. Basically, you know that I have a very good experience and I learned a lot from a Japanese culture. Mm-hmm. I've been with my family. We found this Toyota dealership in Argentina, and it's one of the top 10 in quality insurance in the country. So basically, I went in Tokyo. I've been in training in Tokyo for 2 weeks with Toyota, like a culture and how to do business in the Japanese way, you know.
Right.
So because my family and the idea of Argentina, the CEO, they are taking care of that business. I am able to continue developing here in the United States, you know.
Yeah, so that's just one of the 5 companies that's that you own there. You got that. You have a real estate company in Argentina as well, right?
Correct.
Okay, and what is that? Just you investor, buy and then resell? Do you do rental properties?
That is more like investment in different properties and buy and develop, like help developers like develop these developments and to sell this property with the development is a little improved already.
And then the other 2, you mentioned Truth Entertainment's a book and movie creator company here in the United States. And what's this, MyBitFarm? What is it? A processing data center in the United States? What is this?
Yeah, so MyBitFarm is a company that we are building in Oregon, and it's like the most baby, you know. This is a baby. So it's computers, you know. You know that there is these transactions worldwide that you go to eBay and you pay with your credit card, and you go to PayPal, and from PayPal you transfer this money to eBay, and you go to all the money is all over worldwide, and it's more digital money. So there is something that is called digital currencies that I think you are aware, right?
Yes.
So
is that Bitcoin?
Correct. So basically we have different digital currency worldwide. So these different computers, what they have is the computer is allowing these transactions worldwide to happen because it's a huge network worldwide. So these computers help the people do these transactions and encrypt them and make sure that they are true and are like legal, you know, like are not.
I've been hearing more and more about Bitcoin every day in business. It's a digital currency that's, it takes you kind of wire it around sort of like you do traditional funds, except it doesn't pass through any type of clearinghouses, so the costs are much lower. But to me, and I guess the money is stored on your computer, so if you lose your computer, you lose the money. I don't fully understand it. I was actually looking around a couple weeks ago to find a guest that could kind of fill me in on Bitcoin a little bit.
Look, there is in Tampa Bay, we have a magazine that is called Freedom. So in our last Freedom magazine, you can read this magazine in Clearwater, is a lot of places, and there is a huge article on digital currency in our last magazine. So basically you can read there more.
Yeah, it was something that just sparked my interest last week. I forget what did it, but yeah, I'm hearing more and more about that Bitcoin. People that aren't familiar with that, type that into Google. You'd be surprised at what you learn about that. Well, we got about a minute to wrap up. Again, you're putting out this special report here to get investors for the company, myfamily.house. It's going to be available later on this week, right?
That's right.
Yes.
And what's the best way people can get in touch with you, Ivan, for more information on your businesses?
So basically, they can go to send an email to i@organizationi.com. That is a direct communication with me.
Okay.
And they can go to organizationi.com and they can contact me. And basically, in my family house, I want to just put the last point, that families can live there for less than $500 a month in their home, paying less than rent, basically, and investors can make more than 12% yearly with their investment.
Okay, so they got to reach out to you, and you also get you via phone, 727-643-3116, 727-643-3116, and then learn more about him at myfamily.house as well. Ivan, thank you for coming in this morning. Great interview.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And be sure to tune in tomorrow. It's Working Women Wednesdays, and you've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.